Where does the old oil go after an oil change?
Have you ever looked at your invoice from an auto repair shop and noticed that there's like a shop supply fee or a hazmat fee? You might be wondering what the heck those fees are. Some of them are actually controlled by the state. A lot of them are controlled in-house. Shop supplies are going to be for the basics, right? The cleaners, the brake clean, the rags, the things that are going to help make sure that the area in your vehicle is cleaned up properly. Then there's the hazmat fees, and the hazmat tend to be the recycling of those fluids. And so in the state of Colorado, like we have to charge, I think it's $1.50 now for every single tire that we have to get recycled. And that's a state fee. That's something that's mandated. And then obviously when it comes to all the oil and the coolant here, they have to be recycled properly. The shop owner, we're responsible for what happens from tip to tail of that fluid. So let me show you what we do. Now this is just all metal from repairs for 1 week. And in here are these two 55-gallon drums. These drums store nothing but coolant, and that's it. Coolant gets recycled differently than oil, and that's what this is for. Well, this here is our oil tank. It's 250 gallons. It actually gets picked up weekly. That's how much oil we go through every single week. But they get recycled, and so they come in, clean it up, and then they'll recycle it. And one way is burn it. There's a way that shops can have their coolant be picked up, and then that coolant gets reused and recycled and then sold to shops. We don't subscribe to that because we like using fresh and new coolant, but that's what happens. That's why you have these like big tanks that you see outside the shop here is purely for these disposal pickups, and they come with state fees too. And so when you're at the bottom, you're like, what is this hazmat fee? It is to get this stuff cleaned up and recycled, and whereas like the shop supplies tends to be just that, the supplies that help keep running the shop running smooth.